welcome back to our YouTube channel. You've made it here to Little Miss Entertainment Show YouTube channel. I'm your host, Candice, Little Miss ENT, and I'm the host of the Little Miss Entertainment Podcast. And this is Awesome, and he's the executive producer of the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Awesome Nobody here. You guys might recognize the voice, but not recognize the face. So it's good to be seeing you guys. I'm the executive producer. We're breaking into YouTube. We're doing a lot more behind the scenes content on all our adventures, excursions, and shenanigans, or whatever you want to call it. So definitely want to subscribe to the YouTube page and then check out our podcast that we drop every Monday. A lot of good conversations, a lot of good topics, and a lot of good meaningful topics too. That's really important.
Yes, absolutely. So a few months back, we got a great opportunity to be able to go out to LA, and we got casted for this web series that's on the SoulPancake YouTube channel. We'll link the series below in our episode. And Awesome set that all up. It was a great adventure. So give them a little insight of how you set it up.
Yeah, well, with any type of entertainment, movie, video, commercial, a little bit of luck is involved. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Found a legit casting call for a legit casting agency for a legit network, right? Just from being active on Twitter and just being active and other people basically recommending the opportunity. So investigated it, found it, and then applied, right? Yeah. I sent you the link, you applied.
Yes.
And then we got it.
Thanks for giving me some credit.
Yeah. But it's important to find the links, like find a legit, like not like where somebody's gonna email you back, oh yeah, pay us $1,000 and then you can come and be on the show and then you never hear from them again. Like, no, legit company, somebody who was reputable, was genuinely looking to cast someone for a show, and we fit. I mean, we do the couple thing every day in real life, so why not do the couple thing for the people on TV?
Absolutely. So a lot of people always ask, they'll see Awesome and I together a lot, and they're like, are they business partners? Though we are a couple in real life, we date. Awesome does all the technical work for the podcast. I do mostly the marketing, the booking, getting the interviews and everything. So we're just bringing more behind the scenes content, giving you guys a more insightful look into all the things that go into us pursuing our passions. And so we got this opportunity, and it was really exciting because I filled the application out and she immediately emailed me back. So that's always a good sign. You know, people, would you say, like, when people are interested in you, it's kind of like how quickly they reply, you kind of know, like, you did a good job or whatever.
You know it's legit, and they set up an interview with us, right? They set up a Skype interview, and they wanted to just see us together and wanted to talk to us. And we Skyped in.
Yeah,
and we saw
right here in the
legit.
studio.
Yep. and then they said they let us know, and then we heard back from them that, hey, they would be willing to put us on one of the episodes.
Yeah, we're really excited. So what we're going to do this afternoon with you guys, we are going to do live commentary of our episode in Love or Not. We'll link the whole episode so you can watch it, but at least you can hear our feedback of exactly what happened, because there was a ton of comments. We're going to reply to some of the comments and give you our live feedback. So without further ado, here we go.
The couple you are about to meet. They always build the suspense with that.
They definitely build the suspense.
So here we go.
This is their story. Wait, can you pause it for a second?
Yeah.
So getting there was crazy.
Because it was Friday, right?
It was, I can't remember. Was it Friday?
It had to be Friday.
It was Friday.
Because we flew in.
Yep.
And then we had like 4 hours to get to the studio.
Yeah. And so we have 4 hours to get it. If you ever flown into LAX, it's always a wild card. We had a connecting flight. I was freaking out because our original flight was delayed, not a lot, but like 20 minutes. But if you fly and you're a traveler, that can like blow your whole day. So I was like, oh my God, we're not going to be able to get there in time. I was like freaking out. Yeah. So I literally had like my stuff like packed in, like, you know how you can't like bring makeup on the plane because like it's all this different stuff. So I had to with my check bag. We had to get our check bag.
Yeah.
Then our Airbnb person.
Yeah, we couldn't check in until 3 p.m.
We told them, we were like, we have a filming.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we need to get in the room.
They said we can't get you in there till 3 p.m. So we were like, Jesus Christ. So we had to change in the bathroom.
We had to change in the car rental.
It's fine for me. Fine for me, but
it's a little bit difficult, God. Right? It was very difficult. I was like having a panic attack. Evan always knows when I'm about to have a panic attack. Do your interpretation of me.
I'm like, just calm down. Don't have a panic attack. And then she gets even more mad.
I'm like, don't tell me I'm having a panic attack.
Jesus Christ, man.
All right, so we're in love or not?
So we made it. Right, and then we got there. They was like, "Oh, we actually need an extra hour."
They were on lunch. They were on lunch.
So we need an extra hour. So we ended up going to get food too. And I should have looked up what part of LA it was, but it was over there by the Scientology.
If you know where the Scientology building is, it's right next door to it.
It's right next to the big ass Scientology. I'm assuming that's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah, right next to a big ass Scientology building. We took mad photos about it, whatever.
Yeah, it was very creepy. And I mean, extremely creepy.
It's like a little cafe, avocado toast cafe or some crap like that.
The food wasn't that good.
Nah, it was something to eat. We were hungry. And then we came back and then we shot it. And so we went to the studio. We had to do like a wardrobe review, and then we started filming. Right. And so they sat us down, and it was just mad chill, like.
The director was really cool. He was really, really nice.
He kind of looked like the guy who directed Rush Hour. He kind of looked like
you think so?
Brent. I can't remember what his last name is, but
he was very she LA.
Yeah, and he was just.
It was two camera guy, a lighting guy and a camera guy. Yeah. The camera guy was really cool. He talked to us afterwards.
And he just asked us, was he from Jersey?
He was from Jersey.
A lot of people in LA.
Everybody's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Try to tell y'all that.
I think it should be in the New Jersey Bible. If you're from New Jersey, you might as well move to LA because you're going to suffer the vibe out there.
It is.
So we started it and. Here's the first thing we said.
I'm Candice, and I grew up in Mays Landing, New Jersey. My parents had a fairy tale romance. My dad was very hardworking. He was the embodiment of what a man's man is. He took care of our family.
That was funny, right?
Evan was like, whatever.
That was a blank look on my face. That was just I'm just listening to what she's saying.
So the thing is, it's super edited.
Yeah.
Like we were in there for
first.
2 hours or so. Yeah, and he went first.
I went first, but when you look at it, she went first.
Yes.
Yeah, but I actually went first, and then they brought me in later.
Yeah, so like a lot of they try to get you jumbled up a little bit,
so
try to make you not know. So tell them what the premise of the show is. We didn't even tell them.
Oh, it's like at the end you're supposed to be able to vote and tell whether they're in love or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes they even do couples who are separated.
They're not in love anymore.
They're not together, and at the end you have to guess if they're still together or not. So that's why it's in love or not.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I had been talking for a while, and then she went, and so I was kind of like talked out, and I was just kind of sitting there, and that's why I looked like I'm just sitting there like because it was.
He's got to get his actor.
It was
on.
a
he
long
had to be
time
on at all moments.
It was a long time.
It was
sitting there, and I was like started slouching. I was just trying to think of things in my mind, so that's why I'm sitting there looking crazy because I actually went first.
Mm-hmm.
Sure that we had everything.
I grew up in the same house as my grandmother and my grandfather. They were a big, big influence on me as far as what a family was to look like. When I was about 6 or 7, my mom got married. They were very much in love. That was defined how I look at relationships. They love that. I'll be in touch.
That's my favorite part.
Always tells that story.
It's because it's like the story.
But I mean, like, I that's what I actually said. I said to her after our first date, I'll be in touch. But like, if you just meet somebody for the first time, what do you say to them?
No, isn't that the curve, y'all?
That's
like, I'll be in touch. That is the curve.
Well, I mean, if
that is the curve.
It was a date. A date is to find out if you like somebody.
We had talked for like 13 days straight. So when somebody says that, I'll be in touch, it's like, I'm not going to call you anymore.
No, that means like I'll be in touch. I'll touch you. Reach out and call you. That's what it meant to me. Like, yo.
No.
I just got out of a long-term relationship, and I was taking things slow. My one friend was on this app. He was just all talking about it. So I went home, I downloaded it, and the first person that popped up was Candice. And
He was the first one that popped up for me as well.
Sometimes they say people are serial daters. I've heard the stories where they just want to go out to eat. So I was like, listen, I'm not paying for another meal. And this is not going anywhere, okay? I need to really connect with the person.
We sat there and we talked till the restaurant closed, so it was a really great conversation. But he was so professional when we left it off. He was like, I'll be in touch. And I was like, this didn't go well.
Oh, she loved to say that. To me, it was just, we had a good date. I mean, I guess I could have said, I'll call you later, but to me, that's the same thing.
No, I'll be in touch means it's open-ended that I don't have to call you.
Well,
I'll be in touch. Like, when I feel like being in touch, I'll touch you.
Well, like you said, if you listen to the thing, like I said, I had done some dating in another state, right? Not New Jersey. I'd done some online dating in another state. And a lot of people after the first date, you never hear from them again.
That's true. On the dating apps, it's very
so
hit or miss.
They ghost. So I kind of be like, well, I'll be in touch and we'll see what happens, because I guess that's my mentality, because they ghost you after the first date. They just want to go out to eat. And I think he might have even flipped that around, because I said, it kind of made it sound like I didn't want to go on a date with you and pay for a date with you because you were just going to disappear. And I think I said that afterwards.
But I feel like that's how you said it, though.
Yeah,
like that was how you were saying it. Like I was like,
I think the proper context was like, you're right. You said been talking for weeks, right? And I wanted to make sure she was the right one, so I talked with her for weeks before deciding to go out to eat. It wasn't like we met that day and then the next day we went out to eat. It was we talked for weeks, and then we decided to go out to eat. So that's what it meant where I said I wanted to make sure it wasn't just a serial dater is what they call them, just wanted to have a guy's name stored in their phone as free food and just go out to eat, and I'll never hear from him again, because it happened mad times. So that's why. But when it came to New Jersey in the Tinder app, I only met one person, that was Candice. That's what I was trying to say. So it came out weird. So we talked for about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then I called her and she was like, look, what are we doing here? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, we're meeting up for dinner later. She was like, no, what are we doing here? Am I your girlfriend? What am I? Yeah. And this was after the first date.
Yes.
After the first date, we had talked for
a long time.
A couple more weeks. I believe we met.
We have been dating for like 2 months now at this point. Right?
I don't know if it was a couple months. I just said a couple weeks.
No, it was like 4 or
6 weeks.
We had been on like 4 dates.
Yeah, we went on a couple dates.
Yes. And so we had been talking for like a month, and then we went on like 4 dates. So it was like 2 months.
And then Candice was like, what are we doing here?
I'm like, what is your intentions?
Well,
I still ask him this.
It's tough because you have to play it by ear, especially with online dating. I mean, you
knew me by then,
yeah,
though.
But still, you don't really know everything, and then people can just ghost you. Like,
after 2 months, nobody's ghosted.
It happens.
No, they
I know a story where somebody was online dating, got ghosted after 4 months.
No.
Person never returned their call.
No, that's not the same.
It is the same. It's online. So
no, because the circumstances were way different for that. People be having double lives.
You're right. A lot of people have double lives.
He had come to my apartment, assessed it, seen that it was just me staying there. It was no pictures turned over to the side. Like,
you never know how it goes. So
you're right. You don't.
So I mean, she called. She asked, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend then.
Yeah, he didn't want to be my boyfriend.
Well, it's in 2018. Do people legitimately ask somebody?
This is the thing. I wanted to be in a monogamous relationship. That's what I was asking.
You were in a monogamous relationship.
Okay. I don't care if you call yourself Jack, Flap, Joe, Schmo. I don't care. Are you dealing with only me?
Yeah, I told you that. And so, I mean, that was sort of how it went down.
Okay.
Had moved. And I said, I need you to say, hey, we're going to get this larger home. I'm going to move in. And I think that's kind of where we started cohabitating together.
And that was like, what, 6 months later? That was a year later, right?
Like a year later.
So it goes pretty fast telling the story.
That definitely goes pretty fast.
So we moved in together. It was like a year and a half later.
I got tore up in the comments about that.
Oh yeah, she definitely did.
Let me read what
it was like. She was pushy, and she just was forcing him into a relationship, and she just forced him into moving in together.
I'm like, wait a minute. They're like, oh, run away. He's so sad. She's the worst. Look at his face. And I'm like, wait a gosh darn minute here.
And like I said before, the reason why I was sitting there looking like that, because I had talked first, and then she was talking, and I was just kind of just sitting there. It is kind of awkward being on camera. Somebody did stick up for me and was like, taking into consideration, it's probably his first time on camera.
It's more. I haven't looked at it in months.
There was like, it's probably awkward being on camera, and it's not awkward talking on camera, it's awkward just sitting there. And I kind of didn't know if the camera was on me or not, so I'm just kind of sitting there like, so that was weird.
Okay, so this was the original comment. It's like 10 more now on this one comment. You know, the YouTube community can be brutal. In my opinion, it seems she pushes him around too much. For example, the move-in with me, it didn't seem genuine from him when accepting the offer. It felt like a move-in with me or else. She's very pushy, and it seems like he's just there. Well, we'll just see.
Yo, and they said I was too laid back.
You think I'm pushy?
I mean, you do have a pushy way about you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's to be honest. And I tell you that all the time. I do tell you that. You be wanting these plans, and you be wanting to stomp your foot, and you want things the way that I want them. And I be like, kid, I sometimes tell like, sometimes it doesn't really work like that. It's good to have a plan, but sometimes it takes a while to develop a plan, the right plan to be successful.
So I will propose this in the comments below. Let me know if it's pushy after 2 months. If you want to know if you're in a monogamous relationship, is that being pushy? After a year of back and forth living together, on and off again, if you guys want to buy a new house. What I feel like people feel as though me being pushy comes off as my aggressive delivery. I'm very direct. Yeah, plus boom, boom, boom.
Plus it was a story, and plus
pushy to me is like do this. But I give to me in my opinion, after a year, that's not a pushy thing to ask, right? But I think it's my delivery and how I'm very assertive is why people think I'm pushy. Now, I could be diverting from me just being pushy.
You're definitely diverting.
No, I mean, but I would love to know what people what they think.
And then remember the other option, we're trying to tell a story in like 10 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
So it gets...
Is this even 10 minutes? It's 5, 6 minutes.
So it gets condensed. So like I said, we just told a year and a half, 2 years of our relationship, which seemed like we kind of just met.
This is 3 years.
Yeah, it seemed like we kind of just met.
Well, you're right. That
it
part
seemed like
was
we had
up to
a
year and a half.
It seemed like we became boyfriend the next day, and then we moved in the third day.
And people were like going in.
Yeah, so it actually had been a long time. We probably didn't specify.
She wanted to get more into the entertainment, maybe do like a radio show. So for a while, we did the podcast.
Here it is, the podcast.
The podcast.
This was really good. And this was really good for us because, you know, it's our brand and it's something we do together, just like these videos. And it was good to show that, you know, and hopefully get new listeners and have people follow us and all that stuff that you do with marketing. So this was good.
Hey, what's up, everybody? And you know what time it is. You're locked back into the Little Miss Entertainment Show.
And it really brought us together. It gave me a chance to mess with the electronics, which I like, and it gave her a chance to express herself.
The podcast was interview style with a little bit of sass, and I was the sass. The podcast.
Yo, they just that whole caption was crazy. That whole caption was crazy. I don't want to deal with this anymore. And just thinking about it, like, it really wasn't a big deal. Nothing was a huge deal.
I felt like, when you'll see this, I felt extremely bad because when you love somebody, you really feel bad when you hurt their feelings. Like, you honestly and truly do. And I feel like that was one of the days that I had seen probably some of the worst of myself come out. Like, my mom has this saying, like, if it's not burning or bleeding, it really wasn't. There wasn't life or death. And I was probably taking it too far, but we'll take a look.
The podcast was my everything. It was very important to me, and I had landed one of my favorite IG comedians. And it was a big deal, and Evan was tech. He was supposed to take care of all the audio equipment. I get her to dial in, and nothing is working right. When I look back, it was kind of like not a big deal, but at the time, I was on 1 million.
So you was talking about two different things there, but I thought you were going to talk about the was the reality show where they were on the island.
In Love or Not?
No.
Oh, In Love or Not.
Yeah,
the one with the guy.
Man,
we never even released that episode. It was terrible.
So it was a reality show that was hosted by Terrence
J. What is the name?
And they were on some island, and they would meet and date, but it would be like you had multiple choices. So it was the girls meet the guys, and then the girl could like take a guy if they want to have through. It was crazy.
Such a good reality show.
So Candice had scheduled an interview with one of the guys, black guys, who was on the show. He had a tough time with the girl, and we talked about it. But for some reason, Omari, yeah.
Shout out to Omari.
The audio was like clicking for some reason one of the wires.
It was terrible.
It was before he couldn't hear it, but we could hear it, and it was like static and click. And I just thought that it was only on what we were listening to, the headphones, because we had to get a new
And I tried to tell him, like, let's just stop and get the audio. And he is
like,
very
I
like,
thought it was fine.
I got it!
Because I had I heard it when I was doing my test, and I heard it clicking, but then when I played it back, I didn't hear it clicking and recording. So I was like, maybe it's something that is only in our headphones, we can't figure out, but the audio's still going to come out fine. Anyway, it didn't. She was upset about that, and she was ready to quit everything, me included. And then the second one was this B. Simone. Was the B. Simone girl in Atlanta who
shout out to B. Simone.
She's wilding out now.
She's blowing up.
Sometimes she's on.
I was ahead of that one. I knew she was a superstar.
So we had her way back then, and we were at this time we were experimenting with different equipment, right? So before we got our 4-channel mixer or whatever, we were using a small 2-channel mixer, and we didn't have the audio and the ability to have people call in. Mm-hmm. So we were going to do Google interviews and give them a link and then do the interview on Google. I did it a couple times. I did 2 episodes where I had somebody call into the Google and do the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But, and I thought we could do it again. For some reason, it just wouldn't connect. So, and then the girl didn't have enough time.
Tech guy, not doing the tech.
That's the thing about electronics. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
That's what he always says to me.
That's the truth.
That's what he always says. After my mind explodes and melts out my ears.
Yeah.
But, I was very... You left after the B. Simone thing.
You was so mad at me.
I was very mad.
She was so mad.
I was mad, but... I felt bad.
Yeah, but
I still feel bad.
We got it together, and she was able to call back, and we had got the aux cord, and we plugged it directly into the phone, and we just talked to her on the phone. Yep. It was still I made it right. I always say to her, it's not like I turn my back on her, right? It's not like I'd be like, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to help you, I'm out. Anytime she asks me for stuff, I literally come to the table and try to help her. I just tell her that it's difficult with the tech, because it wasn't really formally trained. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. So I have to kind of be hands-on with it and tinker with it until I figure it out. I can't just be like, oh, A goes to B, B goes to C, C goes to D off the top of my head. I gotta kind of look at it. Mm-hmm. That's just, you know. So I tell her you just gotta have some patience with it.
And I still have a love for reality shows. We're gonna link when that little thing like pops up. We'll link to the reality recap that I do with Ooh La La blog, so you guys can see all of our shenanigans that we talk about reality shows.
Yeah, that's different from this though.
This is different from this.
So here we go back.
I was like, you can't do nothing right. I can't believe you messed this up for me. And I just didn't want to forgive him for that. I was like, it's over. The podcast is done.
One of the big challenges that we had was our living situation. I'm from Jersey, I live in Jersey, but I work in Boston, so I would be gone a lot, and that put a serious strain on our relationship.
That's crazy just to even hear. Be like, I live in Jersey, but I work in Boston.
Yes.
It's crazy. So yeah, I still
It's crazy to live.
I still
crazy to be in that every day.
Yeah. So I still have to drive to Boston to go to my office and do all my work stuff. I do work from home. But the majority of the time, I am on the road, out traveling. Yes. And I think
he doesn't realize how stressful that is.
I mean, everybody I know travels. And
I do too.
That I work with, they be like, yeah, I'm going for 2 weeks.
I'm leaving next week.
You didn't tell me that.
I did tell you that.
You did not. See, look, at least I'd let her know.
Okay.
We'd sort of wonder about different things where I was at, and times, and sometimes the questions would be a lot, and it would really...
So
first of all, he was being so dramatic.
No, I wasn't.
No, I wasn't. Let me tell you something. He was putting his acting hat on.
No, I wasn't.
I was like, when he was sitting there saying that, I was like, well, has ever happened,
Yo,
but I just let it go.
I was not.
You were acting.
No, I was not.
Hard body karate, as
Every
he
time
would say.
Candace like to joke, and I'd be like, "Yo, stop joking like that." She'd be like, "Who's in the room with you? FaceTime me." I'm like, Candace, stop it. Nobody's in the room with me. I'm just here.
Let me tell you
I just
something.
came back from dinner, and I'm gonna tell you.
I do genuinely be joking.
I know. I tell you, stop joking like that.
I genuinely
Because a lot of
be-
people, real
I think it's
emotions,
funny.
be into joking. But then when I joke with you back, you be like, "That funny."
No, I don't say.
I be like, you
No,
can't do it to me, and
no,
then
because
you can't
my
do it to
jokes
me.
be like
And then
meme
you
jokes
not
that
do
you
it to
see.
you.
Like it'd be like meme girlfriend things that. So I just be like doing it to be funny. He'd be serious.
No, I be joking too.
Be like off with your head with his joke. That's how it is.
No.
No, but this malarkey he's saying here, I had never heard this.
No, this is what I
That's
went.
why I was like, what?
I was at one point before I started the job in Boston. I started my own company and was doing consulting, and I got a contract through a company, and it was up and down the East Coast, and they would partner 2 auditors together, right? So I had to go to Deer Park, New York, and it was I was partnered with another auditor. And it was a woman.
Boo.
It was a woman.
It was his boo.
I told her might be somebody. I'll meet them there. We'll be working together. We'll be doing the audit together. And we get there, and same thing. Day 1 is 2-day audit. Day 1, and then of course you got to eat after work, and then get up in the morning next day, finish the audit, and then that's it. So that day she was like, "Who's the person? Let me see. Take a picture of her.
I wanted to see her LinkedIn page.
To see her LinkedIn page." I'm like, "Yo." And it's surprising because
He just was so happy about going to see this woman.
It was my own company. It was my first paid
He was so happy. I was
from
like,
my
why
own
are you
company.
so happy to see this lady?
I wasn't happy to see the lady. So she was bugging, and then I sent her the picture of the woman's LinkedIn, and the woman was like 60 years old. It was retired. She was retired.
It was such a cover up.
It wasn't.
It
She was
was.
so mad.
I was like, what fake page?
She was like,
there's like the million Rachel Smiths. He just Googled a Rachel Smith and sent me her LinkedIn page.
A lot of the people who do auditing consultant be retired. She was old. She was mad old. Full head of white hair, old lady. Look like one of the Golden Girls.
No.
Yo, she was so mad.
No.
She was so mad. Yo, it was so funny. But that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Made things difficult.
I think that it's hard for anybody to be in a relationship, but the one person is never physically there. I had made a decision to say, like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. We need to either make a decision or this relationship's going to be done.
So she would put a lot of pressure on me.
He still thinks I'm putting pressure on him.
Where are you going to live at? Are you going to move in? And she was really, really being pushy about me moving in.
That's where they got pushy.
Yeah, and so they moved. I can see how they moved it around because what we had said before, and then this was leading up to what we said, and then they just put it in front. So that's what it definitely looks. It looks like we're talking about saying it twice.
You were trying to sabotage me.
No, there was a time before I moved in because we didn't live together, but I was driving down like every other day on the weekends. So during the week, Candice would be here in her other apartment at work, and then we would hang out on the weekends. That's what it was. So it went from just Friday or just Saturday hanging out and me going back to me coming down Friday and staying till Sunday and then going back. And then same thing over and over again until she'd be like, "Why you gotta leave? What do you gotta run back to?" She thought I was doing a double life.
First of all, no, it was not. You are trying to make it seem like I have ever been like, you're cheating on me. I've never accused you of cheating on me one day in your life.
I'm not. I didn't say that. We always talk about this. You didn't just listen to anything I said. I said that during the week I would go back.
Yes.
And then you would just be like,
You said,
"Why are you leaving?"
You said, "What are you running back to?"
And you wanted me to stop going home on the weekend. I didn't say anything about cheating.
You said what you were alluding to what I was saying.
But that's what you said though. You'd be like, "Where are you going home for? What are you running to?" And I'd be like, "Nothing." You'd be like, "You should stay down here all the time."
For a plan there, and it really bothered me.
So it's all up there.
So then you vote.
I've
already voted.
And so
I wanted us to have a lot of votes.
So, and I hate to pause it like with my face looking like this. Let me change it.
No.
So
Leave it just like that.
This is where the acting came in a little bit. I'll say that because we did it 3 times, right? One time we just said it. The second time we said it another way, and he was like, "All right, say it more, but look at." He gave us some direction, and then I was trying. Like the third time, I was trying to build the suspense. So this is where I said, "I guess," or "I think." And
he said, "I guess we're in love."
And, but we did it
People
3 times.
People killed us in the comments.
It was killing me in the comments. We did it 3 times, and about the third time is where I said it like that, and that's the one they kept, of course. So that's why I looked like I wasn't really serious about it. But we did it 3 times.
Are we in love?
See, it was like we were acting about it. He told us to act.
I think so. I know so.
I know so too.
Yes,
I
and Candice are very much in love.
We are very.
People
much
killed
in love.
him in the comments.
It was the third time.
They were like, "What?" My friends were like, "Well, why did he say?"
Imagine spending one day in this world without him. He gives me such.
I should have done the Tom Cruise and jumped on the couch.
No, you can't come back from that.
He's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Still doing the podcast.
The
it was
podcast
challenging.
is thriving.
Yes, I do still work in Boston, but I spend more time in New Jersey, and I moved all my stuff in. I learned a lot about love in this relationship, and I really think that for the first time I was actually able to feel love. It's something that you have to allow time.
I've learned
That was one of my quotes at the beginning. That was a beginning quote that they chopped up and put that in the end. I said that way in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
love is not this whimsical, magical fairy tale. Love is when you are at your worst of your worst and you are so mad at somebody, but you couldn't imagine being mad at anyone else. You just need that person in your life. We have a beautiful life, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter is.
Yes, thank you.
They was like, yo, he's too chill. He's too relaxed. Well, I was just trying to have a serious conversation. I didn't want to make it sound like it was fake.
The girl said he looked so sad the entire time. The entire time. He looked so sad. Are you sad, darling?
No, I'm not sad. She didn't have to say that.
Somebody said my skin looks like caramel.
Yeah, let's read some comments. So Candice went back.
I went back and answered everybody.
And I went back.
You answered a lot of people.
So the girl who said he looked so sad the entire time, I said, "LOL, I was trying to hide my emotions the entire time until the end." Mm-hmm. Right? Because it was he kind of told us, because you have to vote at the end, so you can't give it away in the first minute. Mm-hmm. You gotta kind of act like you're not in love. But maybe I was trying too much with the face.
He looked very sad.
I was just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And Candice put the link to the podcast.
Because somebody asked about the podcast.
Yeah.
They were like, podcast question mark.
Here
we go, slid in there.
Loomis Entertainment Show, I enjoyed the video. I wish your love story lasts forever.
Ever.
Black heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the amazing emoji. You can't see it on the website.
Yeah, YP. So, let's see. The answer is opposite what the conversation is leading to. Okay. Somebody said the answer, meaning yes, we're in love, is the opposite of what the conversation is leading to. It always has. But I guess they're talking about the editing on the show. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see why, because you have to vote. Yeah. And then my comment was, yes, we were very calm and neutral until the end to make it hard for viewers to guess that it's the point of the show. Mm-hmm. Like, that is the point. Then here's the comment. In my opinion, it seems she pushes him around too much.
Punishes.
Yeah. She punishes and pushes him. The Punisher.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said good observation.
And I clapped back in the comments. I said she is not pushy, even though it came off like that. The reason I explained it like that is because I was working in another state, and in order to move in, had to make some arrangements with work. All in all, I was able to change my work schedule and move in. Move-ins are always tough, random, and take some figuring out. We've been happy ever since. Mm-hmm. But I said, I do not accept whatever she tells me, because I guess somebody was like, he looks like she just takes whatever she tells me. I said, I do not accept whatever she tells me. In real life, we'll discuss things. The majority of the time, I'm telling her, hell no. In reality, we have a lot of comments, so 90% of the time, she's interested in doing the same things that I do before I do it. So it works out very well. Mm-hmm. She did come across pushy, but we both know what we want and go for it. I actually did a lot of comments.
Yeah, you were going in one day.
Yeah, during filming, it took getting used to sitting on it because people. I was trying to respond to all the questions.
But you got to go to theirs and respond. You were responding on that one comment.
Yes. Yeah. I thought I was. Somebody said he's scared, bro. Be honest. I said no, not scared. Just not used to being on camera for like 2+ hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody tried to clap at me. They was like, "Yo, I wanted to find out what that was." They was like, "Yeah, it looked like he looks like he just got off the a set of Star Trek."
Somebody said he does. You got jokes?
I said, "Oh, you got jokes? Put a picture and let's see what you look like." Candice was like, "Take it easy on the comments."
He always. First of all, Evan loves to do a clap back. I'm like, if we ever get on, they're gonna search Awesome Nobody, and all these comments are gonna come up.
I thought my sweater was nice.
I thought it was very nice too.
So heck with
I thought you looked very nice.
Yeah.
They pick your clothes anyway. So
they be like, yeah.
They be like, no,
but it's
take
good
that
because
on,
apparently
put it
the people we saw coming out, the guy had a similar shirt that I brought as an extra. Mm-hmm. So if I had wore that, it would
probably been two.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said I love her. Perspectives are everything.
Ooh, who's that?
I said, yeah, she's amazing and my best friend.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Go me, go me. Yeah, Ed Sheeran. People kill me with their YouTube names.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said the poll didn't work. Somebody said, she is so pretty. Somebody said, Maze Landing. Okay, girl. I see
Okay,
you.
girl. F-Town, stay down.
Somebody else from Maze Landing.
Yes.
Can you guys give us some background? How long you've been together? So
I think I replied to that.
We've been together 3 years. Mm-hmm. I gave him more detail. So that was it. So that was the pancake, SoulPancake, In Love or Not. We did.
It was our first time really being on set.
We did it November 2017.
Yes.
So it is right now. It's June, basically June 1st, 2018. So it's been a little while.
Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. Time is flying by.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go to LA again.
About to go again.
Yeah, I told Candice, I'm like, reach out to the producer of the show, see if she's got anything else they need.
Oh, I should reach
because
out
they
to
do
her.
a whole bunch of stuff. They do this one that's really good about bias, where they just sit two people down and they don't say anything about each other.
Yeah.
And they let the other person say what they think is about the other person, which I thought was dope.
But you can't know each other for that one.
Well, I'm not saying it has to be me or you. You could just do it, or something, or I could just do it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And we don't have to be both of us. You know. If she says I'm only looking for a female right now, all right, well, go ahead. I'll be there to support you.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this was really fun. It was a great experience being on set. It kind of got our feet wet for what's more to come. We're gonna do some more casting calls and see where it takes us. We appreciate all of you guys. It wouldn't be possible without all of you guys out there looking at the content and giving Evan props on his hard work. He a lot of times is nobody knows all of the work that goes into this.
Post-production is no joke. Post-production is no joke.
They know. But once again, thank you for joining us here on our YouTube channel. I go by Little Miss ENT, and this is Awesome Nobody. And we'll check you out in the next video. Bye.
Peace.